and welcome to a Demacia Forever video. I actually just got the augment, so I wanted to record it, so here it is, Demacia Forever. Let's go ahead and switch these up. So what Demacia Forever does, Demacias gain 4 permanent health every time they rally. They also gain 1.5% permanent attack damage and ability power. Every 3 rallies, give a Jarvan, a Sonya, and a Xin Zhao. So all 3s are coming in. Now right now we aren't as strong as we are wanting to be at the moment. We will be trying to build up a Vayne is pretty much our main focus, which is over here. She's going to be a blue. We do want to get a couple of items on our front line though, so let's go ahead and do that real quick so we can unlock a Poppy, and then from there we've got to find a Vayne. Now we did lose our first round. That was by design. I want to lose my first round so I can be down here to have a better choice to pick. I can get a better item, or of course I can find my Vayne to try and bring it together really quickly and have 5 Demacia right away. I want them on the board as quickly as possible. So that's the plan. Okay, so we have our Demacia unlocked. There we go. Let's put her on the field. And then we just want to play our econ at the moment. So we keep our J4. We sell this, sell that, and sell that. So now we're at $20. We can toss that too. We don't really care too much. Let's see. We are looking for a J4 into a 2. We have our Sona already, and we have our Xin Zhao. And these all 3 are tanks, so I have it positioned to where our frontline Xin Zhao will be able to fight and hopefully get up his mana right away. Poppy here, and then attack speed will help out the other 2 while spreading out the damage. Okay. They have a Bard, Scion. I do believe Rumble just got buffed. He's supposed to be doing a little bit more damage and also a little bit more tanky. So we'll see how this looks going against him. So far, looks like we're doing okay. Not too bad. And just to kind of show you what the buff looks like, 700 HP on this J4. This one has 716, right? It just slowly starts to stack up. That's why it's important every single round for me to make sure that we are adding that in. And do note that we get the extra attack damage and ability power every 3 rallies as well. Now, the only issue is I'm not sure how to see what a rally does. But as you can see here, he went up to 720 HP. Not bad. So looks like he got a couple in there. Okay, we're looking for a Vayne on the table. Currently, no Vayne for us. So from there, we want to build things for Vayne for when we do find her. The first candidate I want is going to be a Rage Blade. She gets true damage, and you just want to have her attacking a lot to be effective. And then probably a TrikSlyr. We'll take the Rod, because the bow was just yoinked from us, and that's good too. We get a Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao 3 doesn't really make too much sense. However, I did notice that they buffed Yasuo, so I think Yasuo is actually much more playable now. So I might try and get a video on him out today as soon as we can too. Okay, so we got our Rod. We're just going to hold on to it for now. No major focus. Vayne does come at level 6, so I want to build up my economy and then try to get to 6 as quickly as possible to find her. And then I want to roll down around level 7, right? Level 7 will give me a higher chance to find blues, but it's also important because I get more purples around that area and a higher chance to find them, and we need both Lux and Garen for Demacia to come together. Now, this augment was considered one of the most broken augments in the game for, you know, tri-specific scenarios, according to Mort Dog. So I believe it did get nerfed. So today we'll get to experience whether or not that is as powerful as it was, right? We will see. Oh, I think it's I think it was 7 permanent health, so the 4 health is what we're getting now. That's probably the nerf, right? Making it not as incredibly strong, which I'm okay with. Okay, so far, we are doing A-okay. We'll wait 1 more round and then go to 10. And we're gonna go ahead and sell the Xin Zhao to hit $40. Keep our economy running, keeping that nice and smooth. And we'll get it from there. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I think we're all right. I'm gonna grab this Aphelios. Now that I think about it, because he could be pretty good, but it doesn't hurt my economy. Aphelios is nice in comps that have a lot of auto attacking or a lot of time because he actually sunders them with his primary attack, which will allow for you to, of course, get some armor reduction, which of course makes your damage feel better. But I either have to get rid of J4 for that to come online, or I had to sell him to get the money. Let's see if we win. If we win here, I might sell the J4 and pick that up later on. There will be ample chances to get a J4. It's rough because having your startup units is pretty pivotal / needed for late game. Let's go ahead and sell them. Because of Galio. Galio requires 12-star Demacias on the field for you to be able to have him in play. And he's going to bring a lot of firepower and survivability for the late game for you. So pretty useful to have him around, right? Good news is we got our J4 back, and there's a good chance that we'll find another pair at some point. We can roll down if we need to. But at least we have something that can help out with the firepower. Because Sona's not doing it. She does a couple of musical notes, a little bit of damage. But she will let you down in the long run. Echo, great. That is a Negatron Cloak, which we can turn into a Kraken. That's what it's called, right? TrikSlyr? Yeah, Kraken Fury. I'm getting the names down, dude! We do find a Giant's Belt, which can go on top of Xin Zhao. Not imperative to build him up. And that sword is important because I can turn it into a Crit Glove for Vayne. But right now, I'm just trying to hold on until I get to later stages. So instead, I'm going to put it on him now. And these two items will go onto Garen later on when he becomes my main tank, right? Let's go ahead and commit to some higher levels here. Right? Yeah. We'll grab 1-drops while we can. So we take them out of the pool so we have a better chance of finding our J4, but we want to stay around $49. And we're not going to roll for it, right? I don't want to waste any money on rolls. Not really needed at the moment. So you can see just a little bit more damage coming out as he's breaking their armor. And that makes Xin Zhao a little bit better. Just enough to win, too. Heck yeah. Okay, augment time. So currently we have Demacia forever. We're looking for augments that let us get to the late game. Or, of course, things that make our power feel better in the early game. Allies dash to the next target and gain 25% attack speed. Good if you have, like, Slayers or, like, a couple of, like, Assassins, but we won't have that in this mix. We're gonna go ahead and roll there. Last second save, buys more time. Heavy as a crown. Bronze for life. Let's go with last second save. We're gonna have a massive amount of frontliners eventually towards the end of the game. So that will give them a better chance to stay alive and also rally again. 1-drop here. 2 points in. And we wait. Now we do have $5 on the field if we need to sell anything here. But we're just kind of vibing. I think I might go to 6 and roll down a bit. One, to have a better chance to find our J4, but also to get our Poppy up. And then at 6, we will also have a higher chance to find our blues, so we could stumble into our Vayne. And remember, if I'm like winning on Demacia, I feel better because I'm getting more rallies going, which means I'm getting more HP over time, which is great. Right now, he's at 2,000 HP, she's at 900, and for, just for context, she's at 900. I think you get... What do you get when you 2-star this, actually? It goes from 500 to 800, I think? So has she earned over 176 health? It's got to be 76 health, right? I actually don't know. Now I wonder. These are things that I have to learn. There's our Vayne! Okay, so we put Vayne on the field immediately, and that will put her in a spot where she can become our carry. We're going to go ahead and toss that away. And now we can commit to level 6, and then we're going to roll down and try to find our J4 and then our Poppy. Ooh, we do find a Belveth. Let's get Belveth on the field here. Put her back here. We can star up our level 1s. That's not an issue. They will still give you the same amount of money back, but Greens and On don't, so just be aware of that. Got a Freylord opponent with an Anivia carry at the moment. Ashe is level 2. The scary thing would be a Tryndamere. Tryndamere would get some extra damage on it, and Tryndamere just got buffed up, but he doesn't have one. Instead, he has more of a tanky front line. So he'll be looking to try and pop me down over time. And this is where a Rage Blade would have been sick, right? I would have been walking through them. Speaking of Rage Blade, we are in 2nd place, so good chance we don't find it on the next carousel. So we need to be thinking about other options that we want. And I'm thinking about getting a few more tank items, or potentially even picking up a character that can be useful. The rallies are starting to kick in. We make it to the back line here. And with it all said and done, we rallied just enough to break through. Nice. We do not have any Demacia that we're looking for. One thing we could look for, though, is a Demacia emblem, which would require armor. There are 3 candidates to get those type of emblems. We'll see if they're taken. They usually get snatched up like hotcakes. And that seems to be the case here. Oh, he's still there. Do we take it? Oh, ah! He gets it. Let's go for the armor here. Okay, we'll pick that up. Okay, so now we have a stone plate if we need it. Don't need it yet, and we're still rolling down. Looking for our Demacias. There's another one. Although he's not really one that I really care too much about. Piltover Disruptor. Let's grab this Briar, turn her to a level 2. Don't care about the Sona, we already have her as a level 1. And so far, we're not having the best of luck finding this J4. We do find a level 2 Belveth, though. That's pretty sick. Let's sell these real quick. Grab that. That can carry us in the early game for a smidgen while we set up for the late game. Okay. I can give her items, too. And she would be quite handy. If I could turn her into a Demacia, that would be pretty pog. And then she would rally back really well. Okay, easy cleanup. And again, I'm staying down here because of Galio. It's not because I'm trying to be greedy and I'm trying to force anything. If you don't have this level, when you get to this area, you will not be able to have them on your field. Ah, there we go. There's one, and then we find our Garen. Wonderful. So we need to have one more Demacia show up. That Demacia is going to be Lux, so we will hold on to Garen. Actually, I'm going to put Garen on because Poppy is currently at level 2. We're going to buy some greens and start looking for that Poppy. We stumble upon a Vayne. Great, sell those. And keep the win streak going. We're going to keep playing this win streak, and then once we lose it, I'm going to move these items over to Garen to see if we can keep that going. We're currently in first place for the team. Bilgewater did get nerfed, so let's see how it feels to play against. This fella is currently in second place. Our rally continues to hold. Big pop of damage by our Belveth. She's trying to stay in there. Not doing too bad considering I don't have any items on her. And look at those rallies, man. That last second save is fantastic for Demacia. It really makes it work. I'm going to have to consider that in the future more often. Nice job. Do we have enough firepower? Oh, he's also looking for a Rage Blade too. Vayne tumbling around. She finds one, but eventually gets picked off and we just barely lose that fight. So not too bad. Pretty good considering that we're missing a few things. Okay, rolling for that. Oh, nice. We get our Vayne. That's funny. Before we actually get our Poppy that we're looking for. Gunslinger. Chillin', chillin', chillin'. 2, 4, 6. Roll. Ionia Bruiser. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I had $12 I can spend here, so I can go for one more re-roll. And we're gonna get some money off of the, whatchamacallit too. The PvE. Okay, let's start selling these. Demacia! Twisted Fate. Ooh, interesting. Didn't clear the 50 mark. Okay, so we actually have rolled a couple of blues here. No bows, which is really sad. Come on, buy those. There's our Poppy, finally showing up. A smidge late, but we got him just in time. Okay, now we sell these, sell this, sell that. We'll stay on this Vayne for now, but now we need to consider what we want to do for our carries. It's looking like it's probably going to be a Lux because we have a couple of blue buffs and a rod available to us, which would allow her to start using her lasers pretty often. And then our other components are looking like they're going to be heading over to our tanks. We did just lose. Let's go ahead and build some Zinjao real quick. And then he has a nice front line. I'm going a Stone Play, I'm going Sterix, I'm going for my Bramble as well. Bramble, when you take a lot of damage, you do magic damage back. And we're probably going to put that on top of Garen. Now, we are about to get another Augment here relatively soon. I'm looking for things that help me get to level 8 quickly. That could be extra cash. That could be some items so I can kind of spend my money if I need to. Or, of course, just free experience.
Demacia clears the path.
Demacia clears the path. 3 does nothing. 15 seconds of combat could help out a lot, actually, because we are staying alive for a long time. Get a lucky item chest. Let's grab that. That should be my Rage Blade for Vayne. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, Kraken's Fury will help out. That's just fine. That's okay. That's all right. That'll get her going at least a little bit. So this how this works is it attacks 3.5 stacking attack damage up to 15 stacks. After 15 attacks, you get attack speed. So, like, it will help her get to what she's looking for. Let's go ahead and put this on Garen here and try to make him a nice tanky foe. And then from here, we're going to start spreading things out a little bit. We're starting to get to the mid game where there's going to be a lot of AoE that's on the field. And obviously, I would like to avoid that if possible. We're going to go ahead and start committing our items to Lux. So we're going to go ahead and grab this Jeweled Gauntlet, put it on Sona, and then give her a blue as well. And then we have one more Negatron that we can use, but we'll see what comes available to us. I just want to start getting my items on the field. I want to try to win streak to get some extra cash to get to level 8. So far, so good. Looks like we're holding pretty well. And Garen's a wonderful character to put items onto if you think you can have him survive. His attacks will eventually wear down an opponent in terms of magic resist and armor, which makes your carries a little bit stronger too, right? That's kind of what we're looking for here. We are heading to level 7 now. Let's go ahead and commit. And we're going to go ahead and pick up just a regular Targon right now. Toss that on the field. That will give us a little bit of AP. Although Ari could be a good option too, because you want some AP for Lux, since it looks like she's going to be one of our carries. A soft carry anyway. So an Arcanist proc could be good for her. We'll go ahead and pick that up instead. And then let's go ahead and read Garen's ability so you guys are aware of what he does. You spin for 3 seconds, gaining 50% durability and healing for 492 over the duration. Each second, deal 145 physical damage to adjacent enemies and reduce their armor and magic resist by 5. Pretty good, right? So he needs to spin first. You'll see him spin. And then he starts to reduce their armor. See that? Look at that. Pretty nice. Now, obviously, getting him to level 2 would make that a little bit more impactful. But it's better than what Xin Zhao does. Xin Zhao just hits the target for 3, he heals, and then he tosses them up. A little bit of CC is nice, but actual reduction in armor makes things a little bit better for you. Our Vayne is scaling up right now, and our 2 carries are able to pull it off, and we get a win against someone who's currently at 8. Looking into our current characters, Lux would be a fantastic pickup, but we don't see her anywhere. We are looking for a bow still. There is a bow right here on Leona. And Leona really isn't contested unless people are pushing for Targon compositions, so hopefully we can get away with getting her. Especially with there being some other items on the field, and it looks like we might be able to get it. Ah! We get it. Nice. So we do get our Rage Blade. It's coming at a later time than I would like, but it does give me the option to have Vayne continue to be a solid flex for us. And now we can start scouting the opposing boards to see if anyone else is going for Vayne. If not, I could build her into a golden. I'm looking around. I'm looking around. We don't see any Vaynes on the field. Nice. Let's go ahead and toss that on here. Here we go. So she's a bit stronger now. We're going to take Ari and put her over on the left. I want room for Vayne because whenever Vayne is able to use her ability, she will dash. So she'll tumble around, so I want to have some room to move. Okay, let's go ahead and commit to level 8. I do like the idea of getting Vayne to a golden, but I can't force it yet. I would probably need like 3 more Vaynes before I decide to spend money on trying to force it. Mostly because, again, if I'm going for her, I'm denying myself Garen later in the game. And you want to make sure that if you're picking them up and you're getting to star levels, you're going to get them pretty quickly. Because Garen really brings this comp together. As you can see, people are starting to finish their comps right now, and we are starting to struggle a smidgen. This guy has 6 Yorda right now. He's going very vertical, and he was able to beat us pretty soundly. Which means our front line needs to get stronger. Which, you know who does that? Galio. Galio. Okay. Couple of Leonas. Helpful. They would help me with the front line. Do I want them over the Ari? I would lose my Arcanist proc. But we would find other Arcanists later on, like Swain in particular is pretty good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's pick her up and toss her on the field. Just to help out with our front line until we can find some other options. We just want to buy more time for Vayne to be able to attack. Okay, so this is a Noxious Bilgewater comp, it looks like. Able to get to level 2. Ooh, they're in a good spot. Jeez. That is kind of scary to look at. What do they have? Trifecta, pair of 4s, and a birthday reunion? Jeez. Okay. Well, now we're at a point where we're like, alright, we want to try and get to our top 4 if we can. Let's sell this Vayne. We are not going for a golden Vayne. People are trying to put together their compositions. They have a golden gangplank, and I can't really force a contest against that. Head into PvE. Got a Yordle here, not a big deal. Let's buy a couple of points. And then I like our Slayer Belveth, but we're probably going to drop her whenever we find our next upgrade. Poppy will have to take that, and then I'll have to take the next slot with Lux. And then we'll probably stay at 8 and roll down because we want to try and get our upgrades. Especially with how this lobby is going. People are finding their stuff pretty quickly. Twisted Fate. Aphelios. None of these are useful for me. Sell that. Okay. Let's go up to 8. And then we want to roll down and try to buy purples. Ooh, that's a Soul Dog Zinda. We want that. We'll take that over our Belveth pretty easily. I think I may want a little bit more mana for Lux whenever we do find her. And then we have one more TrikSlyr, which I'm going to go ahead and throw on top of Vayne for the moment. And then I can actually bring this over to Senna whenever we get to late game. Okay, let's sell these 4s and stay over 50 bucks right now. And then we're looking for our Lux. And then once we get our Lux, we can commit to getting to level 9. For our Galio, we need our 2 stars to come in the form of Lux and Garen. Okay. Comp doing a lot better. Beautiful. Okay, Potato Flamingo getting picked off. We do have a Kai'Sa unlocked. Not really a character I care to put in this comp right now. I will take another Lucian and Senna, though. Let's roll. 3, 2. There's Lux. Got her. Okay, rest of these guys we go ahead and sell. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and if we win here, we should be able to get our extra $1. Bum, bum, bum. Now, when we go up to 7 Demacia, we will get on Rally, smite enemies for 5% of their maximum health, which will help out with our damage across the board. Hope we can win here. What do they got? Nico Golden. What is this? It's like a Bard Ixtel comp? Nidalee did get buffed. I've been wanting to try her. So I wonder how she feels. Well, right now she's jumping on my Garen and kind of eating him. But our Vayne is getting some good auto attacks off. Might need a Giant Slayer for this. Okay, so we kind of get cooked there. Down to 36. Who was that person? That was Teemo, who is currently in 2nd place. Okay, noted. 50 bucks will get me straight up to level 9. I'm going to go ahead and commit, I think. The only problem with it, it's going to be a little on the weak side. So sell the Belveth, Poppy here, and then Lux. Okay, let's go ahead and give Lux these items. We're going to do Crick Love, Blue Buff, this. And we're going to see how the fight goes and see if I want to switch into the items being on Senna. I will when I get her level 2. I'm not quite sure if I want to do it on level 1. She doesn't get this nerf this patch, so I'm not sure where she is strength-wise. Okay, front line trying to hold. We should be having Garen come in, so like this won't be the be-all end-all. You need 2 rounds of you being at the full message for Galio. So it's our first round, then our second round we can put him on the field. And by put him on the field, he'll be on our bench, right? Garen trying to hold. Another Nidalee. Dude, 2 people went Inkstill this game, and we're able to pull off the win. That's kind of crazy. Okay, we do get our Galio. And then I think we're going to change our positioning a little bit and then maybe roll down to find a purple. We are at 22 HP, so I can afford to lose once more. There's a center right there. I think I go for it, just in case I find a level 2. Gunblade's also nice, too, to have. Okay. Although I don't know who I want the Gunblade on. It would ideally go on Lux to help out with healing. But I think I can put on Senna, because it gets some mana regen as well. Which she wants. Okay, we got our Galio. We're just going to leave him on the board. He will jump on immediately. Senna level 2 did connect somehow. I totally missed that. I must have had that sitting around. Okay, we're going to leave her in the middle of the map, give room for Vayne to tumble around, and now we're actually going to give these items over to her. There we go. Let her kind of cook, and then TrikSlyr on Vayne. So we'll let her attack and kind of help out with damage. We're going to position these to where Garen can possibly stay alive. Roll once to see if we can find a Garen. We don't find it. That's okay. Rolling again. Rolling again. Okay. And now we're on the late game, and we are going to come down to RNG, but we kind of have to do it so we can survive the early game. Galio will jump in after a few resources are used on the map. There we go. He'll jump in and help out with the resources. And yeah, we definitely need a Giant Slayer if we can find one. Want to start trying to take out these tanks. But it looks like we have just enough. And we knock out Potato Flamingo and find ourselves in the top 4. So this is a win. Not too bad. So even with the nerfs, Demacia Forever still seems to be pretty good. Top 4 against, let's look at this. Let's just see where the metrics are. I'm trying to like study where everyone is right now because of all the changes that are coming to the game. So, looks like our first place Augment right now, Bilgewater, with like a little bit of variance of Noxious, looks like. This one is Inkstill. This is Demacia, and this one is Yordles. Okay, so a nice adjustment across the board between people. Not bad. Okay, I can't really do too much here except for roll down, but we're about to go into PvE, so I'm going to go ahead and just chill here. If I lose, I can afford to lose maybe one more round, but obviously I'm hoping that I don't lose. It's going to be the Yordle board that's completely built up on Goldens, and he has the Yordle Augment, Wild Growth, so he definitely wanted to be full golds, which is why I really need that Giant Slayer, because I'm not going to be able to kill tanks that well. Luckily for me, we do have a Vayne, who does true damage, so with her getting that Kraken Fury up, she'll be able to chunk just enough to help get through here, and it looks like we're going to be able to beat the Yordles. Ah, we knock them out as well. Cool. Top 3. We do find a Fiddlesticks, which is a solid unit, but not one I can really spend money on. I'm gonna go ahead and just chill here and play for my roll down to get Lux and Garen. Pretty much this is where the end of the comp is. Like, I would love to get 10 if possible. I would love to put more golds on the board. I can remove one Demacia, to be quite frank with you, and I actually might want to do that. Let me see here. Heroic. Yeah, maybe I remove the Sonya. Or Sona and put Fiddlesticks on.
Sometimes.
He's not as strong. He did just get nerfed.
You're sweet.
If I do that, it brings it down to 7, which I'm okay with. Put that on the field. Next item buy. Shojin. Thieves Glove. Put Thieves Glove. We'll throw that on top of our Garen. And then let's roll down for our... I said Garen, but I meant Galio. I'm looking for a Garen, though. Or Lux. Garen we want. Wow. The RNG is just not with me today, is it? Got a Lux and one Garen. They... I don't know if they can beat this. We'll see. Team trying to hold. Galio comes in, holds the left side. Fiddlesticks works the right side. Some decent damage. Our Senna is getting some decent firepower. Can she find some picks? Not quite. So we go down to 6 HP, and we desperately need one of these two to show up, because they are where our items are at. We're looking. We're looking. We're crying. We're rolling. There's a Lux, but we just sold one. We found our Garen. If somehow, some way, we can live through this match, we'll be fine. This is going to be our opponent. He's got a Brock and a few units in the front line. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Move these guys over here. And hope that they can actually just hold enough to survive. Here we go. I guess I could have probably sold our Leona. Okay, so Fiddlesticks, I'm hoping we'll CC these guys long enough for these two to build up and get their firepower out. Gotta watch out for resets. We did deny one reset! But the RNG is just not on our side today for our late game rolls. Team is trying to hold. Garen's spinning to winning. He did manage to stop the kill coming in, but the resets finally connect. And I think that might be it. Guys, thank you so much for watching the YouTube videos. Appreciate all of you. That's going to be a third place and us climbing up. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you next time.